So yeah, basically we're figuring out, is this guy alive? So I saw this. This is why I really wanted to jump on and talk about it. Biden to address the nation for the first time since ending his candidacy. So I go on to X to see his post, and we have a pinned X post, which is: tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I will address the nation from the Oval Office on what lies ahead and how I will finish the job for the American people. So, the guy is alive. We can be pretty fucking confident about that. That would be so insane, for them to post this if he actually did croak. There was some speculation that he had been rushed to a hospital. We don't really know. Regardless, there's like obviously now a 99% chance that the dude is still alive. Now, this address is going to be essentially almost akin to what the debate was supposed to be, which is like, I'm not, losing my mind and let me prove it to you. And then he fell flat on his face. So unless they pump him full of the talkie drugs again, I guess we'll see on Wednesday at 5 my time. Whether or not, I mean, I personally think that the logic just stands. Like, I know how people spin it, but I think that the logic just stands that if you're not capable of running a campaign, you should step down, because clearly you should not be running the country. Now, I don't think he's actually running the country, but we're just talking about in principle here. We're going to really see. Now, again, it might be comedy. It might be absolute comedy, great content. Am I starting to feel bad for this guy? Yes, and then I have to swat away those inclinations, those human inclinations, because I'm like, you know what? If it was a normal person, I would feel really bad and I would probably not laugh at a lot of this stuff, but he's supposed to be leading all of us. He's supposedly the leader of the free world. B, he's been a piece of shit his entire life. So I have no sympathy for this guy, but I can at the same time, accurately point out that the people around him are just absolute demons. It's unbelievable what these people are doing. And I think it's a lot of his narcissism, but bolstered by everyone around him telling him how great he is and that he should continue to do it for their own personal gain. So he continues, it's great to be back at the White House. So I forget, was he still over in Europe for that NATO summit? Was that where he was? And he posts this picture. So this is apparently taken, probably an hour ago or so. We got him. I wonder if I right click, save image. I wonder what the team did. I wonder if I can see the EXIF data on this picture. Let's see. Let's just call it Biden EXIF. Save as a JPEG. Let's just go EXIF viewer online. Here we go. Jimple. Biden EXIF. Okay. We're looking at 8 bits per sample, RGB. This is not relative or relevant. Adobe Systems. Damn. Let's try one more. Let's just see. See if we can find anything in this picture. I'm just curious. It's my It's my brain. Nope. I figured they'd be smart enough. Looks like they scrubbed the EXIF data. For those of you who don't know, EXIF data is every time you take a picture, for example, you know, if all of a sudden you're like, I want it to tag my location, it'll tag your location in the picture itself in what's called the EXIF data. If you turn that off, it won't, you know, as long as you trust it not to, it won't log your location, but it will still log things like what camera you took it with a resolution, but that's not private at all, and that's like you don't even need that for the from the EXIF data. Like that's just common sense. If it's X megapixels, it's like X dimension by X dimension, regardless, or X by Y. I mean, but you know, sometimes you get a little glimpse into. It doesn't tell you a whole lot, but sometimes it's just kind of like, oh, when was this taken? Like, what was the exact timestamp of this? What was it taken with? What's the exact? I mean, we can see the location. It's obviously from the front steps of the White House, but like, it's just still a little fun to just check. But they did their job. They scrubbed the EXIF data. God damn! Look at those doors. That dude. I mean, that's a heavy ass door right there. That is one high tech car. That this guy's Secret Service is like absolute S team. Not even the A team, but the S team. So here's his personal with the video that I had playing in the beginning of this live unintentionally. But let's get out of this. So basically what I was saying, guy's alive. He's going to address the nation. Might fall flat on his face again, just like in the debate. We shall see. Only time will tell. I will be live tomorrow at 5 p.m. to react to that live. See what he comes up with as his justification for why somehow he's threading the needle, and he's cogent enough to finish out this term. Yet I don't even know if he's going to say he's not cogent enough. I just wonder, because he didn't really even give a reason in that letter that he posted to X. We're going to see what his official reasoning is. I would imagine there's no way he's just going to gloss over that again. And we might see the reason. There's a couple commentators that I follow who have been noting that it almost seems designed where they knew that they were going to have to get rid of this guy. It does. It's just, it's hard to tell whether or not it's like one perfectly carefully calculated plan, or oh, looks like my webcam just froze. Oh yeah, I think it's. Oh, wonder if that was all she wrote for it. It's really hot, so I just need to give it time to cool off. Maybe it fully died because it literally made a like a popping sound. So that's fantastic. Whatever. We'll just finish off with just the lovely sound of my voice. Basically, we'll see tomorrow, 5 p.m. my time, Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, what his official reason is for dropping out. And we might even get some more Biden moments. You never know. You really never know with this guy. Might get some absolute gems about how I'm totally fine enough to finish out this this term, term, you know, just some absolute brain fart, you know, just irony meter off the charts. I love how Jill and I are grateful to Director Cheadle for her decades of public service. Oh my god, anyone who can like read that and agree after watching that deposition where she was hauled before Congress and the just absolute, I don't want to call it a masterclass because anyone who is not a complete fucking dupe listening to that realizes, wow, this is like weaponized double speak where she's trying so hard to not admit anything while making the senators and the congresspeople think that she's answering their questions so that she's not, you know, perjuring herself or refusing to answer the question when she's been subpoenaed. So I guess of course Biden's going to come out and say, "Oh, we think that she's just the best thing since sliced bread," as she's probably getting so much heat for that deposition. But regardless, I just wanted to come on, show that apparently dude is still alive. It would be insane for them to say that they're going to address the nation tomorrow if he actually was dying of COVID or whatever else. You know, I entertained that theory because it was very odd, even though it's a pattern of behavior from Joe Biden. It's still odd to have the president of the United fucking States come on here, say that he's dropping out at the 11th hour, and then not be seen on camera for days at a time. It screams, you know, you haven't been forthright with us thus far, so why would I just take you at face value now? Yeah, looks like this webcam might be toast. Rip. Rip, rip, rip. Alright, well. Only time will tell. Oh, I have a backup. I think I have two. Really. One of them I use for my monitor cam. But that can be repurposed. And then if it really came down to it, I would just use my mirrorless camera and it would just be absolutely unbeatable quality. It would just be a lot more of a hassle to set up. So that's that. I guess we'll all be in for a treat tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. or 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And I will